A person by the name of Traumatic Dramatics decided to post something on Reddit. The title being, "True. I'm looking for a logical explanation or similar experience." So a couple of days ago, my boyfriend and I were driving up his road that's in the middle of the woods, and as we turn a corner, we first see the deer. The deer didn't even flinch at our car coming up the road, which was weird. Then we saw it. Now, I'm not normally a scared person, but seeing this thing almost made me pee myself. It looked as if this thing was talking to the deer. It had to be at least 8 feet tall, very thin, and it was all black, with wings. It flew up, right in front of the car, and my boyfriend slammed on the brakes, turns to me and says, "Tell me you saw that, love," and asks me to describe it to him, as to make sure he wasn't going crazy. I did, and we sped all the way home. This all happened in about a minute, although it felt like longer. I was telling my dad about it, and he saw the exact same creature years earlier at my sister's bus stop. He tried to convince my sister it was a garbage bag or something, but my sister's response was,
"Daddy, that thing was too fast and too big to be a trash bag."
And all my dad could say was,
"What blano?"
If anyone has any idea what this could be, is appreciate a comment. I'm very skeptical about this, and am looking for a more logical explanation. Some of the comments read, "I'm not 100% sure if it's the same creature of sorts, but a while back, my friend talked about seeing a figure with a similar description to yours."
Sounds 100% bloody made up.
Wish it was. Every time my boyfriend drives around that corner, I get freaked out.
Hi, I wanted to know if it looked like this, or if you have any pictures. It may be a new species, I don't know.
The Wikipedia page showed this. Save images because ooh.
Number 2.
A person by the name of Bloodhunter62 posted something 16 days ago that reads, "A Wendigo broke into my house." Before I begin, I'm a 16-year-old male. About 3 years ago, I was in Virginia visiting family over summer. We were right outside the DC area and staying in a 2-story house near the freeway. On the other side of the freeway was a forest. So my mum, her boyfriend Eric, and I were all staying with Eric's parents. We had brought some night vision binoculars and decided that tonight was the perfect time to use them. So after dinner, we gear up and head out. We pass under the freeway and head into the woods. When we get about 5 minutes into the forest, we set down our bag and took out our binocs. My mum looks around with them for a while, seeing a few squirrels here and there. She gets tired of them and passes them to me. I look around for a while, being careful not to look at the freeway for fear of being blinded. I spot something behind a tree about 50 feet to our left. I concentrate on it, trying to figure out what it is. It looks like a pale, bald, anorexic man looking straight at us from behind the tree. I get a bit uneasy, but I'm hesitant to believe it's really there. I ask Eric to take a look, just in case. To my despair, he sees it too. He describes it much the same way I did. Now Eric is a former amateur boxer, and I train MMA almost every day, but neither one of us wants to stick around with that thing. We start heading back to the house, crossing under the freeway. We take another look behind us as a car comes by. All three of us see glowing eyes lit up by the headlights on the other side of the freeway. We say,
"Screw that!"
and head back to the house. When we get back, Eric's parents are asleep and my mum and Eric go upstairs to the guest room. There's only one guest room, so I have the couch downstairs. I'm a little too excited after seeing the thing in the woods, so I end up staying up all night. Around 3 a.m, I'm watching TV and start hearing footsteps above me. I immediately remember our earlier encounter and panic a little. I try to calm down and tell myself it's just one of the dogs or maybe someone who couldn't sleep. I keep hearing the footsteps for a while until I hear a doorknob jiggle. I find it weird that they're trying to open a locked door, but I try to ignore it. They stop, walk around for a few more minutes, and then it's quiet again. I stay up until the sun starts coming up and then pass out. My mum wakes up and I remember the footsteps from the night before. I described what happened and asked if one of them got up at any time. She says no, and I think it must have been one of the dogs. That is, until she tells me the room above me is the office. No one was in the office and the door stays locked at night. My heart sinks as I piece it all together. I don't know if it was that thing for sure, but I think it was. I've done a lot of research since then, trying to figure out what that thing was that night. I found two creatures that seemed to match it. I think it was either Skinwalker or Wendigo. Whichever one it was, I'm just thankful that door was locked. I know I wouldn't be able to fight that thing no matter how tough I am.